Hey guys, we're sorry. What you're looking at right now is what some would say is a slight little bit of apology.
Yeah, so what you're going to experience on this very first video episode of In Gear Podcast, we kind of dropped the ball a little bit on the video side of things. So we're giving you a little something right now to make up for it.
A little bit of this. This is what you can expect from the In Gear guys. Hey, listen, we knew we fucked up. And this is what we are giving to you, the audience members. So, hey, listen. We got a great fucking episode coming up.
Still good content.
Enjoy it. You might be able to catch, a good half hour, 40 minutes of us not shirtless. So, hey, listen, thank you for watching yet again and catch us next week.
Yep.
And you're back. You're listening to yet another great and exciting episode.
Hell yeah, episode 10.
I'm Mother Teresa. That's Gandhi.
What?
Hey, listen, dude.
Can we get a straight answer out of you on one of these intros?
So, dude, honestly, it is like our first episode with video. How do you think it's going so far? I know we're 3 seconds in.
Oh, I'm really excited to have some video rolling so people can see how ugly you are.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just be able to watch us consume these alcohol whiskeys.
Yeah, Blitzkies, if you will. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, listen. So, I have a question for you because I know I have a little story, but I before we get too deep into things, I kind of want to know where you're at with this.
Okay.
Have you ever filled your pants with shit?
Ha. I feel
shit, like fecal matter, like where diarrhea is inside of your pants.
I feel like you know the answer to this, but I'll share it for everybody else.
I don't mean to be that guy, right? But it seems like you have shit yourself more than the average guy.
Sometimes you gotta go, and there's no other option. You just gotta let her rip.
So tell me, anything that sticks down your head, any sort of shitty shit pants,
yes,
little poopy
100%.
diarrhea fucks. Wait, hold on. Look at it. Look at me. See this? You like that?
No, I don't like that. So here I was in Colorado. That's where we met.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Quite a few years ago.
Yeah. So we were both working in the same place in Colorado, and I'm on the way home from work. It's probably 2 years ago now, or 3 years ago, whatever it was. And just cruising, and you get a little rumble in your tummy. Who hasn't experienced that?
Like a pain or a rumble, as in like,
just enough to let me know, hey,
I might have to shit at some point.
Yeah, like I'm driving home and I'm like, cool. When I get home, I'm gonna have to take a shit. No big deal. So I continue down the road and I'm like, yeah, I'll have to shit when I get home. It's not even that long of a drive. It's, what do you think that probably was? Maybe a 20 or 30, depending on traffic.
Okay. Wait, what car are we at this time? Was it the Ranger?
No, this is the old Scion XB.
You had that in Kentucky? Kansas?
Colorado.
Oh.
Where you and I were.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Stay with me here.
I'm sorry, I've had a little bit of whiskey, but continue.
Okay. So I'm cruising home, and then all of a sudden it hits me a little bit harder, and I'm like, yo, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make it home or not.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and find a place where I can stop and use the facilities. Well, fortunately, just up the road from me, maybe a block or so from where I was, a city block, there's a gas station I know about that's right there on the corner. So I'm like, cool.
Go.
So I'm going to drive up there, and I get closer and closer and closer as traffic's allowing me to move forward. And by the time I actually start entering into that parking lot, I'm like, oh my God, I need to shit yesterday. So I fly into that parking lot.
It hit you pretty hard.
Yeah, you know how it is.
It went from hey, this is an issue that might happen. Yeah, to, this is an issue that needs to be dealt with now.
100%. So you know how it is when you come in hot in a parking lot and you hit that rut where the water runs off. Boom.
Yeah.
And I come flying over that thing, and I haul ass right into the first stall I can get into, slam it in park. And right about the time I throw it in park and take off my seatbelt, that's when it happens. I let a little bit of shit out.
Wait.
Yeah.
You just said you let a little bit of shit out.
Yes, I've shit myself. I've shit my pants.
So there's no longer poop inside of your body. It has now entered the realm of atmospheric pressure, where you now have exposed this fecal matter, if you will, to an outside source of which some would say would be oxygen.
Yes, I've shit the atmosphere.
You shit the atmosphere.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
So, all right, cool. So I go ahead and let a little bit of shit out, but there's more coming. Like, I can't just be like, all right, it's done and over with. So I hustle up into the bathroom, do a little like butt cheek waddle thing.
Ew, are you clenching?
I mean, it was in my underdrawers, man. Like, it wasn't just between the cheeks, if you know what I mean. It was it descended.
God.
That shit has descended.
Oh my God.
All right, well, we're doing this now. So I hurry
This
up.
is what's happened.
I hurry up into the bathroom, and you know the worst possible scenario would be like, fucking, you have to get in there, and you know, there's a bathroom, you have a urinal, and you're like, awesome.
Your typical bathroom setup, as some would
yes,
say.
and I've actually been to this gas station before, and it's a nice clean bathroom in there. But I go in there, and the one stall they have has a big sign on the door that reads out of order.
Oh,
and
God.
more shit's coming.
Oh,
so you have
God.
like 4 seconds to decide. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're shitting again.
Oh,
so,
my God.
like, I didn't have a lot of time to make up my mind. Looking back on it, I would have just went ahead and shit into the out of order toilet.
Yeah. At that point, it's like, I'm not shitting myself just because there's a little paper sign that some 16-year-old kid who doesn't even know how to spell wrote out of
Probably
order
just
on
needed
it.
a plunger or something.
No, yeah.
But
hey,
you
man,
know what? I didn't have time to make that decision.
Yeah,
so
you
the
also,
best thing
like,
I could come up
that's your
with.
job.
The best thing I could come up with is, okay, let me turn around backwards and shit into the urinal.
No.
Which, thank God, somebody didn't come through the door to see that.
Dude, that's like an iconic moment. Like, you're not just telling me right now that you're accepting the fact that you just were like, yep, I'll just shit in a urinal because that's cool. That's what we do.
It wasn't because it was cool.
Oh, I mean, you're telling me, like, dude, you go into those shitty rest stop bathrooms and there's always a hot steaming dump on those urinals.
I
Tell
don't
me
think
they're
I've
always
ever
the
seen
worst.
a shit in a urinal.
So now you're the guy. You always go in there, you're like, oh man, well, I had to pee. Now I got to wait because one of the urinals is filled with shit. Now you're the guy that is the one that's shitting in the urinals.
At that point in time in my life, the option of shitting into the toilet was not coming to me. So really, what option did I have at that point in my mind? It was shit more into my pants, shit in the sink, shit on the floor. Like, urinal was the best choice of the things that were coming to my mind.
Were you not worried about someone walking in and seeing you with like those nice, cute little white cheeks of yours pressed against some porcelain and just spraying fecal matter out of that tight little hole of yours?
100%. I was worried about that. Like, if somebody came in at just the wrong moment, they were going to get quite the show.
You might as well tell them you're homeless at that point.
I might as well just go ahead and be homeless at that point.
Be like, hey man, it's okay, I'm homeless, I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah,
it's like a free
I guess
homeless
so.
pass card.
Well, I mean, in Colorado Springs, they have a pretty large homeless population.
Yeah, so maybe just like tear your shirt a little bit, throw up a little bit on your shirt, like quickly, and they hear the moment, just make yourself look super homeless.
Well, I think I was wearing my jumpsuit from work, so like I had my work like
My God.
decal or whatever on my jumpsuit.
Yeah.
So like that would have been interesting to explain away to the boss.
Hey, what happened there?
Yeah.
I shit myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I go ahead and just spray ass into this toilet.
Oh God.
No solidity, so it might have flushed actually pretty well.
Oh, wait. Okay. So it's not like you're dropping a hard ass log. You're not taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. You're taking the muddy river down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
100%.
So there's some, like you said, liquidity there.
Yeah. So what do you do then? Like, okay, you got that little piece out. You pull those nasty drawers back up
Wait,
onto
did
yourself.
you pull your fucking underwear back up?
What choice do you have?
That's the problem with fucking shitting in a urinal. There is no toilet paper there for you, like right then and there. Be like, yep, here's a complimentary fucking wipe or toilet paper.
You know
because
what's
everyone
worse
wipes
than
their dick
shitting
tips.
yourself?
What?
You know what's worse than shitting yourself?
Pissing yourself?
Pulling underwears full of shit back up onto your...
And it's probably cold at that point. It's no longer room temperature, so you're pulling cold shit into your crevice. If you will,
It wasn't a great situation for me.
Okay, I'm
so
listening.
I go ahead and pull my pants up and I kind of waddle out the door and everything. And at that point, you know, I got a short drive to make it the rest of the way home.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and I make it home and I got to clean myself up. But it was not my finest hour.
That's really upsetting.
Yeah, I had to do my laundry. I had to take a shower. I had to wash my ass and everything.
You showered?
How do you get clean from
A
shitting
wipe?
yourself? A wipe?
Would a wipe not do it for you?
No, I think I threw those britches away. I can't remember.
Oh, well, that's the opposite of the story I'm about to tell you.
Okay, well, I'm very interested in what this is going to look like.
Well, can you see me?
Of course I can see you. Everybody sees that I can see you. Hi, everybody.
All right, yeah. Yeah, hey. Picture this. 16-year-old Tommy.
Okay. Got a couple hairs on your sack.
Oh, just a few, man. I'm telling you, they're nothing to brag about, but just a few. So I'm sitting there. It's the morning of school. It's like a Monday, right? I'm standing at my fucking sink, and my sink had a window. And I could look out the window, and I could see all the way down at the end of the road where the bus would come from a side street and make the turn and come up towards me.
Okay.
So I could always see that, which was super cool, super chill, super easy for me to negotiate and understand where and how much time I had. So I remember
so you had like a little like window where the bus would come in.
Yeah.
You would see it, and you got 90 seconds to get out the door.
Yeah, and I'm like this. Right? I'm looking out the fucking window.
Okay, that's what you do in the morning?
Like,
just
Yeah. So I fart a little bit. I go, a little. So I'm farting. And then all of a sudden I see the bus fucking hit that fucking corner.
Okay.
And start to make the left-hand turn.
Yeah.
And it had to been maybe like a half mile, 3/4 mile, I'm not sure, like of a distance before I got to my house. So I'm like, oh, cool, the bus is here. So then I go, but then I get hit with that and that change in tone. So now at that point,
dude, the change in tone will tell you everything you need to know.
Everything you need to fucking know. So now at this point, right, I have just came to the realization that I have squirted diarrhea into my boxers.
You had the soupy poopies.
I had white shorts on.
You have white shorts on.
White shorts, boxers, diarrhea in boxers.
So it's fair to say you weren't planning on shitting yourself that day.
No, not at all. So I instantly run back to my room, run through the house, and I'm like, okay, figure this out. You got to get to school. Because I had like a 33 average. So if I miss a day out of school, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, weren't you in detention all the time too?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't fucking miss.
No, months on end I was in like a permanent detention. Like, hey, Mueller, you got detention again, right? Yeah, I don't know what I did, but I probably did something that.
Yeah, if you miss again, you're probably getting expelled.
I almost got expelled multiple times. Yeah. So here's what happened, right? So I got shit in my fucking pants. I run back to my room, like, okay. I give my butt a quick pat. I'm like, okay, there's no diarrheal fecal matter on my shorts.
Lucky you.
Let me grab a fucking pair of boxers. So all I did in the human was grab a pair of boxers, stuff in my bag, my backpack, run back to my window, see the buses coming. At that point, pretty much just run right outside.
Yeah.
Run right outside, get right on the bus.
Because that bus don't wait. If you're not standing there, they roll on. They just fucking roll, man. Like, I remember one time getting on a bus myself where, like, I was running up to the bus and those motherfuckers, I know they saw me, dude, but they didn't stop.
Oh, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, like, what do they don't make their money off.
I know you fucking saw me. I wish I would have found that guy later. Hey, I know you fucking saw me.
You fucking stopped, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, same thing, right? So I'm fucking, I fucking stuffed these clean pair of BXs, boxers. We call them BXs in the gang scene. That's what cool kids call boxers. BX. So I stuffed these shits in my fucking backpack. I run outside. I get on the bus, and I always went to the back of the bus because at this point I'm like a junior, senior. You know how the cool kids in the back of the bus.
And I think they also have all the Down syndrome kids and stuff like that back there.
Yeah, and that's where I fit in, right?
Right.
So I'm back there. I get back there, and I prop myself up. So I don't know if you could see right now. Let me do this. See me. So this is the bus. This is the bus seat. So I do one of these.
You throw your feet up.
Yeah, like on the seat of the bus, right?
Of course.
Just to keep the poop from seeping through said boxes.
Oh, you're still concerned with the shit.
Oh, there is still active poop in my pants. The poop hasn't disappeared from the walk outside to, the bus.
I thought you said you were void of fecal matter in the drawers.
I'm what?
You didn't have any shit in your pants.
No, I had it in my boxers. It hasn't seeped out of the boxers to the pants yet.
No, bleed through. Okay.
No, bleed through. Bleed through is a big thing, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm sitting on the bus. I'm like, this probably really isn't the greatest start to my morning. Like, the last thing you want to do is be this ugly kid in high school that now has shit in his pants. I mean, they might as well call me like shit in my pants Tommy at that point.
And you have in-school suspension, so.
Yeah. What do I want to sit in my own fucking shit for hours? Hey, You're a piece of shit. You could sit in your own shit for hours. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be that guy. So I get in the bus. We get to like school probably like 20, 25 minutes later. The bus route like did its own thing. And I get inside the fucking school. And usually, I don't know if it was the same for you, but everybody usually like chilled in the cafeteria.
Yeah, so we had a cafeteria / gymnasium, and in the mornings it would be serving breakfast, and midday they'd be doing like basketball practice, so they move all the cafeteria shit out of the way. But before school start, everybody hung out there. Some guys had breakfast if they wanted it or paid for it or whatever, and some guys would just like chill and talk to their friends.
So for us, it was a cafeteria alone. So we had it was a designated cafeteria.
Must be nice to grow up in a school where you can just have a cafeteria separate.
I know. How privileged am I? I went to a public school. I'm just so grateful. My parents paid so much money for that. So here's the thing. I go in there, and as I'm entering the fucking cafeteria, because there was a bathroom right there, it was the closest bathroom.
Didn't you go to school? Wasn't there like someone who's now pretty famous that you went to school with?
Is there?
I thought you mentioned it. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I think a couple people like got into like some pretty big sports.
Or I think you actually.
We had a lot of kids die.
If memory served, you went to high school with like someone who's into porn now, some female that does porn now or something.
Oh, I don't know if she's like a big porn star, but like there's plenty of women out there that do like OnlyFans that went to high school.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. Go ahead and finish your story.
So here's what happened. As I'm entering the cafeteria, here's the wall. As I'm entering, all the bell rings for first homeroom period, right?
Yeah.
The bell rings. Everyone's got to get to their homeroom for like 20 minutes, and then you go to your class. Now I'm fighting a crowd, shit-filled pants. I'm fighting a crowd like this, trying to get through all these people. I'm like doing one of these, you know?
You couldn't make it like excuse yourself to a bathroom before first period rang?
No. I'm telling you, like I got off the bus, went to the cafeteria, because you chill in the cafeteria before you go to homeroom.
Right. So
you're
during
in
the
homeroom
cafeteria
where they take
period.
Attendance. And then after homeroom is first period.
Oh, okay.
So I get into the bathroom. I get in there. I strip down. I do my little fucking thing. I whip my little dong out. I fucking drop my pants. I drop my boxers. Find that my boxers are now filled with this watery diarrhea. So I take my boxers. I kind of toss them to the side. I notice, thankfully, my shorts are clean. Nothing has seeped through.
Oh, wow.
That was my big worry.
That's some good trousers.
There is not a stain on there. So now I'm sitting there and I take out my fresh pair of boxers that I had recently got from my room. I put them in my fucking bag. Then I fucking pull up my shorts. Now I'm redressed. I'm refitted, if you will. I'm like good to go.
Same shorts.
Yep. Same shorts, different boxers. You know, same shit, different day. Same shorts, different boxers. So I did that. At that point, I'm like, well, I don't know how retarded I was at the time, but for some reason, and this is like a right hand on the Bible thing right now, like for some reason, it came to mind that I needed to save these boxers and pop them back in my backpack.
You put the shit boxers in your backpack.
So I cleaned myself up with some toilet paper because there was shit everywhere.
Of course.
Covered in fecal
matter.
Hey,
I don't know if the women are aware of this. All of our women listeners listen up. But when a man shits himself, you get a little bit on the back of the balls.
Yeah, it ain't good. It ain't fun. So I'm refitted. I'm good to go at this point. I throw these because I had nothing in my backpack. I just wore the backpack as a facade.
Now, when you shit yourself, real quick, well, at least for me and my shit story I just shared, I had to get home and shit a little more just to get everything out.
No, for me, it was like just that little plug, that little portion. It was like
the plug.
And then that was it.
Oh, well, lucky you. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. For me, it was not on the situation. If I was in your situation, I might have just stayed in the bathroom for the next 9 hours until school was over. So I got in there. I took these, and I had a backpack just as, like I said, a facade, just to give off the image that I had books and stuff in there.
But why would you carry books? You probably had your like Beyblades and Pogs in there.
I honestly think at that point.
Do you know Pogs?
Do I have what?
Do you know Pogs?
Is it a little fucking dog character guy thing?
Pogs. I know some of our listeners might be somewhat aware. Maybe it's only me.
I'm aware of Beyblades. Don't fucking hold on. Before we get into Beyblades, let me touch on this. So I shit myself. I'm there. I cleaned up.
We're all over the place.
I tossed my fucking boxers back into my bag, which had nothing in it. I go through the school day. I actually want to say that was the same day that I fingered that girl in school suspension.
Okay. We'll have to hit on that later.
We did last episode.
Oh, was that the same one?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
I want to say because I was in school suspension indefinitely for like the rest of my fucking high school career for like 2
And
years
where are
straight.
you at? Is this like junior year, senior year?
I think it was in like 9th or 10th grade, somewhere around there.
So like a sophomore?
Oh, no, it's got to be like 10th, 11th.
Probably junior then.
Yeah, junior, somewhere around there, right?
Okay.
So I'm fucking sit there. You know, we went through the day, cool, fun.
So you're 16 or 17 shitting yourself in school. That's not a great age to be doing that.
Nope, it ain't fun either. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, it's old shit boy over there.
Yeah, shitty pants Thomas shit. You know what they would do? They go like this. They'd be like, you know what they made fun of? Like they go like this, like shitty Thomas, shitty shit pants, shitty you shit baby, you like having shit in your fucking mouth. Yeah, that's what I got braided with. Yo.
Well, I thought nobody knew.
Nobody knew, but you know. I'm just saying that's what I imagine people would say to me. You know,
kids they would shame you.
Clever.
They would shame you.
Yeah. So I get home that day.
I don't think the females would be receptive to getting fingered in school suspension by old shit pants Thomas.
Yeah, dude. No, like, hey. They go to the girlfriends and they're smoking cigarettes in the fucking bathroom. Like, hey, I got fingered by old shit pants. Shit pants Thomas.
Old like shit boy.
Shit boy. No, Justin, that's not what fucking happened. So I did that. I got home and I for some reason, and for the life of me, I don't understand like what happened and why I did this, but I took my backpack off with a shit underwear in it because all that was in that backpack was a shitty pair of underwear. I just tossed it like in a closet. I didn't touch it for like years and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. You know, maybe 6 months to a year goes by. I get my first real girlfriend.
Okay.
And her name, let's just say her name was Deborah.
Deborah. Okay.
Deborah Balenciaga.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's just say that's her name. So we're like dating. We dated. It was my first real relationship. We probably dated for like 5 years or so, 6 years straight. As a high schooler, that's a pretty long time.
That's a very long time for high school. Being a young kid, I don't know why you were in high school for 5 or 6 years.
No, I mean like it was like senior year. It was like junior, senior year into like a few years after that, from like 17 to like 22.
So you dated in high school and then into adulthood a little bit.
Like,
so I imagine your first couple jobs, if you're making small talk with the guys at work, you're like, oh, that's like your high school sweetheart.
Yeah. At the time, I think of the high school sweetheart, but she was so shitty. Looking back on it now, I don't even want to give her that sort of like, yeah, you were my high school sweetheart, because she's just a shit human being now.
Well, did you guys just keep it hand stuff, or did you go a little further?
No, well, here's the thing. She turned into drugs pretty hard, dude.
Okay.
So that's what happened. But do we keep it hand stuff? No. I've done everything you can under the earth of the sun. Yeah, got it. Cool. Here's the thing. A few years goes by, and we're like either moving or we needed a backpack for something. So we're like cleaning out my closet or some shit like that.
Okay.
We're cleaning out, and she takes out this fucking backpack. And I think to myself, as soon as she takes it out, I'm like, oh, wow. That's where that backpack was.
Major convenient.
Yeah. What?
Convenient.
I was like, this is 3 years' time has probably gone by at least. And she takes out this fucking backpack.
And you don't know what's in there because 3 years has gone by.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, because I was a kid, you know how like when you're a kid, you kind of just stuff all your shit in your closet, you throw random shit and like eventually like once every few years, you'll clean everything out.
Yeah.
And then find out. So she pulls out this backpack because we were going somewhere. We needed something. It was the only one I had. We fucking did that. And she pulls it out and she unzips it and she goes, what are these? And pulls up, true as shit, for sure, the shitty pair of boxers.
She pulls out your shit drawers.
Now, instantly, one might think I would be like, whoa. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, what is that? I don't know. Like, try and divert the attention. But I'm like, and then hit the moment, I'm like, oh no. Wow, that's where I put this. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I shit in those boxers.
What you're holding right now contains feces.
Exactly. I shit in those fucking things.
And what did she do? Throw them down?
So in true Tommy fashion, I took them. And of course, I peeled them apart because they were crusty at that point. They're almost like a solid, like, I don't even know if I have, like, okay, I like this, right? It was like a brick almost, right? It was solid and flimsy. So I did.
So did the whole backpack just reek of shit?
No, it didn't. And that was the great thing about it. The backpack was still usable.
Oh, well, that's what's important.
It was still usable. So she pulled it out. I want to say, I'd honestly like to sit here and tell you and tell everybody that I didn't reuse those boxers and I just threw them out when I originally should have years ago.
Don't tell me you threw them in the wash.
There is, I want to say, like, and I can't say it for sure because you know how things get misconstrued over the years. I want to say there is a 90% chance, and I think memory serves me correct. I threw those back in the wash, washed them because they were a good pair of boxers.
Truth be told, I'm wearing them right now.
Truth be told, I'm wearing them right now. So I'm pretty sure I washed them and wore them, a few weeks later when they came back into rotation with the whole underwear issue.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What do you think about that? Like, is that the craziest story you've ever heard? Or does that seem like a normal
I'm pretty
kind of
sure
high school
with
story?
my shit drawers, I have expelled those. I'm pretty confident of that. Now, that said, I guess I'm not going to look down on you solely because you put them into the wash and cleaned them. Obviously, you're not going to like put them back on without cleaning them. I assume you
No, you know
cleaned
how
them.
crusty and sandpapery those puppies would be?
Yeah, old shit particles in
That
there.
ain't fun. There ain't nothing fun about wearing your own shit, Justin. Are you familiar with that?
I wore my shit on the drive home.
See,
dude.
that's the problem with you is I think you don't understand that poop isn't fun.
See, and I think that's an insult and a half right there because if there's somebody that knows the thing or two about pooping themselves, it's this guy right here. I'm your poop yourself
I'm not going to let you have that, Taylor, because I'm sure you, out of anybody, would like to be like, hey, I'm the poop guy. Hey, look at me. I'm Justin. I'm the poop guy.
If there's
right?
nothing in my life I'm known for, at least I'm known for
guy.
that.
Dude, you know how many times you shit a day where you come up to me and you're like, yep, gotta go take another hefty dumperoonie.
No. If we talk about shit frequency, that's you. I cannot believe how many times I'll call you and it's either I'm coming from the bathroom or going to. Hey, I only got a couple minutes to talk and I gotta go take a shit.
I don't do it for fun. I do it because I need to.
Yeah, you're always on these like juice cleanses and you just shit water.
Well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
When was the last time you pooped?
You know the answer to this.
No. Tell me.
I pooped just before we started rolling today.
And there we go. That's what I'm saying.
About 15, 20 minutes ago.
You can't sit here and say you're not the diarrhea master.
There was no diarrhea. It was nice solidity.
I'm going to need a fecal sample. I'm going to need some sort of visual eyes on sort of.
I'm about to give you a sperm sample right into your face.
Do you even know what sperm looks like?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, yeah, because always my load's all over the side of your fucking face.
That's how I know you're gay.
Why? Because I have a penis? Why don't you drink some more whiskey, you alcoholic? Anyway, hey, listen, guys. We are going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back at you. I think we're going to hit us up with, like, what? So maybe some conspiracy theories?
Yeah,
or
we got a
like
couple
that?
things we want to hit on. We really kind of touched on it in episode 9 on a conspiracy on the moon landing, and now we kind of got to talk in our free time. Well, what about this one? What about that one?
I kind of think that kind of opened up a wormhole, and I'm not going to say we are the podcast to go to for conspiracy
this
theories.
is not the conspiracy podcast, but we're a variety show, if you will. So we're going to hit on this a little bit.
I think there's a lot of things that we can talk about.
I'm sure if you tune into your favorite conspiracy podcast, they're not addressing how often they shit their pants.
No, and here's the thing about us. We just happen to do a little bit of touchy. Little touch. See what I'm doing with my fingers right now?
I see that.
Touching a little bit of everything. So
yeah,
that's what we got going on. We're going to take a quick break. Justin's going to suck me as he usually does. And then we'll get back with you.
And fuck you.
Yeah, and fuck you.
All right, we'll catch you guys after the break.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back to our second segment of In Gear. He's Tommy Shitnips, and I'm Justin Juicy Junk.
Yeah, that's how it may be. Oh my god.
Yeah, hey,
Juicy Junk.
By the way, why is one of your nipples higher on your body than the other one?
It's not, and you fucking know that. My nipples are above the right length as it. No, dude.
Yeah,
they're
it's
not
like
that
this.
Fucking high. We were at the beach one time. I took my shirt off in confidence for you.
Yeah.
Now I'm not just like lopside Tommy.
Yeah. Well, then, okay, if that's not the case, why are they both gray?
They're not.
Tommy Gray Nips.
I'm Cuban, okay?
Yeah, I'm Cuban.
Okay, I'm Cuban. Whatever. All right, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so hey, do you have any comments from our listeners that you would like to run through?
So actually I do, and I'll actually read this off the top of my head because it's something that's actually like, pretty fucking dope. So Trent Bates said to us, hey, love your guys' podcast. Love your episodes. I miss you boys. And Trent.
Yeah, back from when we were in Colorado. Yeah.
So
Well,
we do
that's great.
appreciate you reaching out to us and stuff like that. I think it's like super dope to have people that do listen to us and stuff like that. And your efforts and your views don't go unnoticed.
I 100% agree with you there. Like, we love to hear from you guys. Thank you for hitting us up, Trenton. Go ahead and comment some more, Trenton, and we'd love to read those for you.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm hitting this Candy King hard apple vape. What do you got in front of you?
So
right
we're doing vape stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm Justin. This is my impression of you. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, how about you go fuck yourself?
Yeah. So I mean, vapes, man, like, you know, me and you, we smoked cigarettes for quite a fucking long ass time and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. Like vapes, like it's just like we have cut down our smoking because we smoked a shit ton of cigarettes.
Yeah, that's all we did was smoke
Like
and smoke and
deniably,
smoke.
like enough, deniably to the point where it was disgusting.
I was a pack-a-day smoker.
Yeah, and now you're not a pack-a-day smoker. So, I mean, like, you know, we've definitely got into the whole vape scene, if you will. I know we've done the whole disposable fucking thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
We were trying those. What was it in Colorado? We were buying those like $7 a piece Gushers brand.
Yeah, they were super cheap, but the quality control on those vapes wasn't the best.
You know, but I also don't think it was the worst thing. So we switched. I remember it was like Christmas, and I called you at Christmas. I was back in New York maybe a couple of years ago. And I was like, yo, dude, have you smoked? And you're like, no, I've been vaping. I was like, well, that's funny because I called you to tell you I was vaping.
Yeah.
So we had that. And, you know, we've kind of evolved. We've found kind of like our niche of vape brands and stuff that like we kind of like to hit and stuff like that. But what I do have to say to you, and this is not a paid product advertisement here.
No.
Which I am now using the Soren Air Pro Mini. You know, that's,
right.
You know, we're not associated with them at all. So here's the thing. Vapes, I got a honeydew. I like it. Fits in my hand. That's fun. You know, you got your fucking little Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
This
is a hard Candy King.
We have probably 12 vapes between us that we just circulate through. But yeah. What am I smoking on? I got some honeydew here. What are you smoking on?
Yeah, like I said, it's that Candy King. The thing about vapes for me, though, is like, is it better than not smoking anything at all? Probably not. It's probably not the most healthy thing to do.
I don't know.
But I got to say, it's got to be at least fractionally better than chiefing down a whole bunch of cigarettes. And you don't stink and smell like cigarettes after hitting a bunch of vapes. And you can do it almost anywhere and be a little discreet about it. Sometimes I'll sneak a little puff at work in the middle of in the middle of the office, you know, and just go ahead and cheap that down.
So we both vape like pretty regularly.
Yeah.
But what got me for it is like I think it is in a sense fractionally better because I think that the problem with, you know, smoking cigarettes and stuff like that is the smell is one of the biggest things for me. It's on your hands and stuff like that. But vapes, it's almost like you can do it anywhere. I'll be at work and I'll just be like, you know, like it's like nothing. And
yeah, people like hardly will notice. Especially you kind of just cover it with your hands so there's not much to see, and then you just bring it up and just.
I mean, like this, like this, like, and we're not like also. Let's just put it forefront and foremost. We are not like just like saying, "Hey, go out and vape."
No, I would not recommend.
At no point do we recommend smoking cigarettes, vaping, drinking, anything like that.
No,
it's just what we have came into these bad habits, and we have felt like these are easier, cheaper, better, healthier, in a sense, healthier alternatives to what we usually do. Right.
I guess I call it like a workaround, if you will.
Yeah, it's like, I would say that same thing. So, you know, like,
and I know you've gotten somewhat like I'm still mostly stuck on the disposable vapes. You've gone to the, I guess I would call it the semi-disposable vapes, where like you've got these refillable pods and this like that, but it's not those huge mods that everybody had 5-6 years ago.
So I was definitely in the whole vape scene when it became like at its forefront, where you would have stick mods like this tall.
Yeah,
you would have. I had a
with
Rolo
big tank on it.
Yeah, I'd have like one of my biggest ones I loved was a Rolo triple battery 200-watt mod with an octo coil tank on it, and it was the greatest thing at the time because, you know, like when you're young like that, you're like, I got a vape, I got a little big clouds, like that's what it's all about.
And I think a lot of people, in the pod scene and the mod scene, like they kind of like took a portion of that as like, they just want to like blow big clouds. But then you get into, like, I don't know if you're aware of this, you get into the dripper scene where you'll have your mod, but you'll have a drip tank on it.
Yes.
Where you add, squirts of your own, fluid or juice, and it tastes a lot better. Like, I don't know, man. I think everybody had their crutch and everybody had their interest in the whole vape scene. So now I've gotten to more of the point where it's like, hey, I'm just looking for something small, something I could take the pods out of, refill my pod with whatever the fuck I want it to be taste like, and buy a new pod. They're $5 a pod. This mod was $20. It lasts me 3 days on a full charge.
Yeah.
And that's what I got into.
Well, that's what I like even about the disposables, man. Like there's no maintenance. There's no filling a tank with sticky liquid.
No,
like
not at all.
It's boom. You buy it, you pull the little sticker off that covers the air hole, and you fire it. It's just so easy. It is less expensive than smoking cigarettes, but it's not all about like
Would you say the expense is negligible? Would you say that you for sure, like for like a guy like me,
yeah,
who spent $20 on his mod, $5 on a pod, you're into this, $25.
25,
with
30
juice,
with juice.
Say the juice is another $20. Say you're $55 into.
Is juice $20?
I think it is.
But you probably get a pretty good amount where you can just refill the hell out of that.
I think it's almost negligible.
Compared to smoking, where you can spend $10 a pack these days.
I mean, you go out, Justin. Me and you. We go out and we smoke, or we go to the fucking club, or we go to the bar, or we go wherever the fuck we were. We're on we were just on a business meeting the other day at the Honolulu Beer Company, right?
Right.
We're smoking a shit ton of cigarettes, or we're smoking. I know we smoked some cigarettes.
Yes.
We smoked some cigars.
Yes.
We vaped. Right now, if you were to place all those and just had a vape, in that sense, if you're like more of a frequent smoker, it almost makes sense to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Now, let me go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and try to switch gears here.
Yes.
Give me your thoughts on the JFK assassination.
Oh, God.
Was he killed by a lone gunman, or were there other people involved?
There's more than one.
What's that guy's name?
Are you coming like Jeff Goodman?
Yeah, it was definitely John Goodman.
John Goodman? He's the guy. No,
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald. That's who it was. It was Jeffrey Dahmer, the guy that shot fucking Abraham Lincoln. The guy
that's John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mix all those guys up pretty frequently. So yeah. Fuck JFK. From a very young age, I was always involved with Mythbusters and their whole like thing. I always remember watching on the Discovery Channel with my father, Mythbusters, and how they kind of like would run through things. I remember they did the Magic Bullet episode
right
with JFK.
Yeah.
And how it would have taken one bullet to come in, angle itself down, and eject a certain different way. Because I think there was like a hole where his knees were on like underneath the dash. Like the bullet would have had to come in, go down, come out, and then up. It was a very like difficult trajectory for a bullet that like
100%. Yeah. Well, been playing a little devil's advocate though. Like you'll be surprised when bullets enter the body or go ahead and bang off of car frames and stuff like that. Like they can take weird directions.
Yeah. And the Full Metal Jackets, like literally when you're shooting a bullet that has a full metal jacket, they tumble. Yeah. They don't go like with a hollow point or a ballistic tip. They don't just mushroom and create a hole. Full Metal Jackets just tumble and create this giant cavity and go where they need to.
Oh yeah, firearm ballistics, man. I mean, that's a person's entire career is just studying how bullets move through the air. There are people that do that
for a living. So, do I have much information or maybe a very credible insight on bullet ballistics?
Yeah,
probably not. But what I do have to say from the outside looking in, from the average Joe's perspective, where a lot of people are coming from that listen to this and listen to any other podcast or whatever it may be. You're looking for that average Joe's opinion on stuff like that. Because none of the people that are listening to us, like, are experts on anything that we're saying. And if they are, cool, great.
Yeah, then you should be hitting us up.
Us at InGear. Hey, listen, hey, Justin, grab some stickers. Grab me a sticker and a fucking.
Where'd you put them?
They're right there in front of the computers. Grab a sticker and a fucking thing. You got tits, dude. Can you not do that? Well, grab me a business card.
You want a business card now?
Yeah, I want a business card. Let me get the sticker. Let me get a business card, dude. We're trying over here to advertise a little bit. Give us shameless advertising. Yeah, open them up. Yeah, don't use all of them. All right, now give me one. Yeah, look at this. In Gear podcast. It's what we do for a living.
Well, here's what I got to say about JFK. My personal opinion, while we watch you digest this card, the fuck are you doing?
Nothing, dude. I thought I'd have a little fun with a fucking business card.
I'm glad you had a good time. So my opinion is, I think that JFK was assassinated by multiple shooters, and I think you're a fool to think anything otherwise.
The Grassy Knoll, if you will.
Yes. So the thing of it is, and what some of the big pieces of evidence going against the Warren Commission, a report on what happened that day in 1963. It's there have been several people that have tried to make those shots out of that window, and at best,
the book depository,
at best, they might have been able to match it, maybe. And you got to think Lee Harvey Oswald was not some
Wasn't
crack
he a sniper?
shot.
Wasn't he a sniper?
I don't think he was a sniper, just a regular dude. He was in the Marines.
Do you mind? I don't mean to like put you on the shit stick and make you suck my dick.
Hit me with it. I dare you.
just
JFK
Google
is
real
my bread
quick?
and butter.
Is Lee Harvey Oswald prior military?
Yes, he was in the United States Marine Corps.
U.S. Marine.
I told you that.
Killing President John F. Kennedy.
Correct.
So he was a Marine, so he had to have some proficiency in some sort of weapons. Like if he was in the military, he's not retarded. He knows kind of
he
how to
can
use
probably
a weapon.
operate and execute
Okay.
shots from that weapon. But in the time window that was given for that car to pass in front of that window in the way that it did, and the first shot to the last shot, he only has, I think I want to say like 3.6 seconds or something to put these rounds down range.
I remember them like trying to record the amount of time it takes you to reload that bolt action
It can
rifle
practically not
and get
be
on
done.
target.
There have been guys that have tried to replicate it with varying degrees of success. And the thing of that is, like, these guys have had multiple times to practice it or use that Mauser rifle that he's been able to. He just fired it, obviously, first time go, because he didn't have a second chance to go ahead and run through that iteration.
Do you think it's too ballsy to chalk it up to luck? Hey, he had a 1 in a million shot,
Lucky shot?
and then he hit that 1 in a million shot instantly. Like, is
that's
that
a lot? And then you talk about
is it impossible?
damn near.
That
Then-
still leaves an area. Though,
Yes,
for
I
possibility.
realize that. Then you've got things like, well, I mean, how convenient is it that he, a lone gunman, shot the president, and then, Jack Ruby, a lone gunman, shot him before he could open his mouth. And at a certain point,
Wait, Lee Harvey, you said Jack Ruby?
Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald.
Was Lee Harvey not getting escorted through a hallway, and Jack Ruby kind of ran up with him with like a snub-nosed pistol and like popped him a few times?
That's about right. Yeah,
That's
so
how it went down. I'm pretty sure like either
it was caught on television.
it was caught on television. Either I think like they were either escorting him or he was like at a fucking maybe some image just glanced into mind that maybe he was at like a telephone booth.
No,
and-
he was coming out of like a loading unloading zone in the back of like a police department or whatever it is. And Jack Ruby just ran up on him and shot him. And there were television cameras, and we have video of that.
yeah.
But it's just like, why did he do that? There's no reason for him to go ahead and do that. And you've got the magic bullet situation where, well, how did this bullet make all these different turns? And
Because it did. If you look at it, because when it hit JFK, it popped off his like frontal lobe to back skull. It popped that thing up.
right. And the thing of that
And then
is,
it went down into his almost thigh area.
right
And then exited from the front of his thigh into like the firewall of the vehicle.
into the guy in front of him,
Yes. Yeah.
John Connolly, I believe was his name.
Yep. Yeah. John O'Shaughnessy. Yeah.
No, John Connolly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the guy who
but
played
the
in
thing of that
Red
is,
October.
and this is going off the report the Warren Commission made. They're saying like the first shot was a miss. The second shot went all types of different directions, and the fourth or the third shot is the one that hit him in his head and
Did he
caused
take
that
2
damage.
shots? Like in the video, because like there's 100 videos you could find of different angles of JFK in his motorcade
Yes.
coming down turning around and coming down that street.
In Dealey Plaza.
What was it?
Dealey Plaza.
That's really hot. When you tell me that shit, dude, like I get sweaty and like immense.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Look at this. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You see this?
Thanks.
Yeah. So listen. So was there 2 shots on camera? Did you hear 2 shots? Like, is that a known thing?
I'm not sure.
You're educating me now.
So one of the biggest things they go off of in the JFK assassination, the largest piece of evidence there is in existence is known as the Zapruder film. It was an amateur video that was recorded by Abraham Zapruder, and it was captured by the authorities at the time, and they looked through it, and with different witness accounts and with different videos, not very many video back in the 60s.
No, not many. If you had a video camera, you were like, you know.
Yeah, so they were just fortunate enough that Abraham Zapruder had a bird's eye view of this thing. And the thing on the Zapruder film, I don't know for sure. I don't believe there was any audio associated with that video.
Wait, you said there was no audio?
I don't think there was.
Oh. I know a lot of those videos and stuff back in the time, it was just video. It was not like an audio. It was an either or situation. It was either getting audio and recording an audio or you're getting video.
Right.
And, you know, like, so it was an either or.
When
so
you have multiple witness accounts, the day of, multiple witnesses are pointing up towards what's known as the Grassy Knoll, which is off to the side of the book depository. Yes. Hey, we heard shots coming from over here. Now, the Warren Commission and the authorities have later said, oh, that's just reverberation off the other buildings that people are hearing. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
But it just seems like there's a lot of things pointing to the fact that I don't think that you can immediately discount this.
Do you feel like at the time, being that like there isn't enough evidence and stuff, like I feel like a situation like JFK and the assassination of him, right?
Yeah.
And the evidence that's supported and either denies or agrees with what's going on, there's also a certain amount of interpretation and what's it called? Deniability, right?
I suppose.
So there's like a certain amount of like, you know, those old, you know, cold cases, those old murder cases where it's like, well, we got this, but we got that. And so it leaves a lot of it up to speculation. Now, do you feel like right now, the JFK assassination is such a skeptical, you know, controversial piece because of the technology that was given to us at the time? Or do you feel like it's, you know, straight, you know, this is what happened and stuff like that? Like, I feel like because of the times, like right now, if something like that happened, and you know how it goes, like whether there's a Las Vegas shooting that happened a few years ago,
yes,
where like there was this machine gunman that like shot down at a crowd and stuff like that.
I think he had a bump stock, but
yeah, you have all these like weird like things and stuff like that like give you a bigger insight into what's happening. Do you think it's easier to have older events that are more what's it called? You have older events that are more like
subject to maybe misinterpretation or something.
Yeah. Rather than like nowadays because of the technology that was involved.
I think when you reach a certain point and you have all these technologies like you have today, where you have a video camera doing surveillance on every street corner, everybody has a cell phone in their pocket.
Yeah.
It seems like in those situations, you can find yourself open to more levels of misinterpretation than you could back in the day, where there's very limited information. I know some of the strange things that came about is like with JFK, and I could be wrong about this. I'm really just shooting off the top of my head. I did not sit in front of the computer and do a lot of homework, but I'm pretty sure they lost John F. Kennedy's head. And nobody knows where that is to this day.
All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
They lost what?
They lost the president of the United States head.
I thought his brain was sent off for like an analysis.
One would think.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer's brain was sent off for analysis, or there was some big fucking issue.
What did they learn from that? Anything?
Well, I don't know. Probably like that he was hot.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer was hot, dude.
That's what's important
hot
around
as fuck.
Here. Well, I don't know. I could go on and on.
So what do you believe right now, Justin? Look at this finger. See what I did?
Yeah.
Right?
You're shaking your hand.
What do you believe happened to JFK? Because before I ask you this, let me give you this shake your head. Here's what I think. 2 shooters, Lee Harvey Oswald didn't act alone. What do you think about that?
That's actually my opinion. Is there's 2 or more shooters. I believe that there were people in the Grassy Knoll, and what it's 2023 now. I think a lot of the key players are either incredibly old or dead. And I think as we move on, a whole lot of information, even in the past 10 or 15 years, has come out as far as through Freedom of Information Acts and stuff like that. We have new information, new documentation that we didn't even have so long ago. And nothing has really came out that would be like, oh, here's some, undeniable evidence that it happened in such and such way.
You said Freedom of Information Act, right?
Yes.
Is that not does that not pertain to like, I'm going to like really seem almost retarded when I ask you this, but hopefully
of course.
You can offer me. Yeah, of course. I was like, fuck you. It's like after a certain amount of years, certain documents become unclassified, right? Is that because that's what like my conception of that is like after a certain amount of years, certain things become unclassified. Is that kind of like how that works, or what do you mean?
So the way that works, and I could definitely be a little bit wrong on this information, is it just is a case by case basis. So for example, with the shooting of the president of the United States, they put into play these long-standing, decades-long classifications where you cannot just obtain this information. And a lot of those are running out, and so that information is quickly becoming public.
Okay.
Or sometimes, like through Freedom of Information, which is not that old of a policy, we'll be able to go back and have somebody re-examine this information and decide whether it should be open to the public, whether it's a national security risk.
Okay.
And that's what you have in this type of situation where we'll make a Freedom of Information Act request, and they've come about with some of these documents and said, hey, okay, you guys can have this information now.
So I might date myself a little bit, but
I bet you would date yourself.
Yeah, I would, Justin, because look at these puppies. You see this?
See, that's not even real. That
you
happen.
Get a little bit of this.
That's
what
even
you can
happen.
Expect from the In Gear podcast. You get a little bit of this action. Yeah, okay. So my question to you is this.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy died.
Yeah.
Was it his brother that later on died in a ski accident?
Nope.
Or is that Clinton? Is that Clinton territory?
I don't think so. Nope.
Hold on.
So his brother died when he was assassinated. He was running for president.
How?
How did he got shot?
Who died in a ski accident?
Sonny Bono.
Is what?
Sonny Bono from Sonny and Cher.
Oh God, you're right. That's the first thing that comes up. Michael Kennedy.
Okay. And what relation is he to the president?
What?
What relation is Michael Kennedy to John F. Kennedy?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now. Did you see me?
Yeah, you're right there.
Okay, here we go. Michael Kennedy, the troubled 39-year-old son of the late Sean Robert F. Kennedy, or Senator Robert F. Kennedy, died New Year's Eve in a skiing accident at the posh Colorado mountain resort of Aspen.
And Senator Robert F. Kennedy being the brother of John F. Kennedy.
Yes.
Who was assassinated. He got shot.
He got shot.
Yes, he
did. It's
did.
No doubt in the mind that he got shot. I mean, it's clear as day.
Yeah, John Kennedy's brother got shot and killed.
But apparently, like I'm looking up right now, apparently,
I'm ready.
A lot of this stuff. I can't find my mouse. Okay.
Yeah.
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 He died, dude.
Well, then let me throw another little tidbit in your way.
Hit me with it.
John F. Kennedy Jr.
Wasn't he hot?
A lot of women thought so.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
Yeah,
that.
so he died in what might be somewhat of a mysterious plane crash right before he was said to.
I think that's what I was thinking about. Not the old, Michael Kennedy. I think I was talking about the mysterious plane crash. Yeah.
Yeah,
hit me
so
with it.
not long before when he was said to be expected to declare for the race for the presidency of the United States.
Yep.
He died in a plane crash, which is a little bit weird because evidently he was no novice pilot. He died being what they said was like disoriented in flight or couldn't figure out which way was up or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And during the day, nonetheless, so it wasn't like he was out over the water at night.
Yeah.
Crashed his plane in like 200 feet of water, which is not much.
No, that's really not. Like when you look at the grand scheme of things, like 200 feet of water. Let's be honest. You're not 200 feet tall. It's not like you can stand there.
If you're a Coast Guard rescue plane and you fly over a aircraft 200 feet down, you can still see it.
Yep. Okay.
So he crashes this plane. Days, I think even a week or two went by, and they find the plane. Some say after they're sure he's good and dead, and then they recover his body.
Really? Obviously a dead body.
Yeah, that's the best kind of body to recover.
A dead one, not nothing.
Yeah.
Do you not want to acquire a live body?
Not if you're trying to kill the upcoming president.
I don't know, man. Are we dipping into Jimmy Hoffa?
Now we're going Hoffa?
Are we going Hoffa, dude? Because Jimmy Hoffa was all about the whole what was it, the workers, the union?
Yeah, he was part of the labor union. I think was it for the refuse company?
Yeah, so he was all a part of that shit. And then, fucking I've watched quite a few documentaries on him, and it seemed like he did not want JFK or Robert Kennedy, right? Was it JFK or Robert Kennedy at the time?
At that time, I think it would have been JFK.
He didn't want him to win.
A lot of people didn't want him to win.
And he got assassinated and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, Jimmy Hoffa, first off, let's put it this way. Hot.
Jimmy Hoffa hot? No one's ever said that.
I'm going to Google a picture right now. Look at this.
No, he's an ugly man.
No. Nope.
James Hoffa.
Let me look. I'm looking right now. Look at my hands. You see me?
I see you.
Dude, do you see what I'm doing?
We sit across from each other. I see you.
Oh, he's a crusty, old Italian, Hispanic, gorgeous man.
You can't use crusty and gorgeous in the same.
He probably had a chicken parmesan once or twice, dude.
I think he had a chicken parm.
No, chicken parmesan. Tu sei un pazzo, che cosa? So you're telling me right now that you don't think that Jimmy Hoffa had the opportunity to sleep with maybe one or two women?
Well, I don't know what to say about that, to be perfectly honest with you. But since you brought up sleeping with women, what about that old rumor that Marilyn Monroe and JFK got together for a little bit?
Oh, I've only heard a snippet of that for 2 seconds. But I've also heard, let's be honest, when it comes to Marilyn Monroe, there's quite a few rumors surrounding it. I think there's also an Elvis Marilyn Monroe rumor in there somewhere.
I don't think so.
No,
okay.
I
think you're just conflating that they grew up in the same era, and when you go to nostalgic diners and stuff like that, you'll see a poster of Elvis and Monroe and maybe James Dean on the wall, that kind of thing.
Elvis, who was 25 years old at the time, preferred younger women. And we know, me and you have done quite a bit of research on Elvis, that he did prefer younger women.
Yes. Sometimes a little bit too young.
Yeah, he's one of those weird guys that it's I think 4 or 5 episodes back, we kind of touched on Elvis where
we took a stop on Elvis Boulevard and then rolled right past it.
So
we didn't completely break down Elvis.
We didn't break down Elvis, but I think one of the things I brought up was that Elvis had some weird sexual desires and stuff that revolved around younger women.
Yes, I believe his first wife was, I gotta say, 14 or 15 when they got married. Something crazy.
He had just left a 14-year-old girl. At 25, he left his 14-year-old girlfriend, who he had been dating, named, you know the name.
Hit me.
You know the name. You know the name of the girl. Starts with a P.
Priscilla
Bayerlo in Germany and returned to his 22-year-old girlfriend in Memphis, Anita Wood.
Yeah.
In addition, he would soon start casually
Anita
dating.
Cox.
What?
Anita Cox.
Yeah, Anita. Yeah, Cox. You know what Cox stands for?
Yeah, well, no.
Penis.
Oh, wow.
So he would start casually dating another 14-year-old Sandy for during his downtime. So then I click the first thing, and what I get right now, and let's not dip too far into Elvis and stuff like that, because I think that's like
we could do Elvis.
We could do Elvis for a good fucking hour. So so let me just touch on this. I'm looking at the first article when I hit up Elvis and Marilyn Monroe, and here's what it says. Elvis and Marilyn Monroe's secret night of passion.
Okay.
Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe shared a secret night of passion, and it has yet since been revealed. The King and American Beauty had a one-night stand in their hotel room, Elvis's former agent claims. So his former
could be a complete pile of bullshit.
Well, I don't know. Do you think it's too shitty of Elvis to like sleep with Marilyn Monroe?
I mean, I would love to sleep with Marilyn Monroe. Not now.
Not now, and not at 14.
No.
But
Marilyn Monroe was a gorgeous woman, an icon of many generations.
Of course, but also, it's kind of weird, man. Like, I'm just gonna be that guy. Like, I'm not gonna bash on anybody for what they prefer, but I'll certainly have my opinions. But that's not too cool and too chill to be 25 dating a 14-year-old, especially in today's society.
Well, how old would have Monroe been at the time? I think she was a little bit younger than Presley.
I think she's maybe like 16, 17. Still not acceptable.
Potentially.
So, so apparently Brian Raphael has previously kept the intimate liaison a secret from the past 50 years. Raphael claims that his bosses at the William Morris Agency came up with the idea for rock and roll star Elvis to date Marilyn Monroe as a publicity stunt in 1956.
Aha, there you go.
But she originally determined. So initially it was like, hey, man, wouldn't this be funny? Like, you're the king. Here's the most gorgeous woman that has ever lived.
Yeah,
up to
the
date.
first woman you might be able to consider a sex symbol in the United States.
Oh, yeah, of course. A sex symbol, a sex goddess, if you will. Like, yeah, like just gorgeous. Everything about her. Like, even today, you can't deny, no matter what your preference is, that Marilyn Monroe at the time was a gorgeous fucking woman.
Oh, and today in 2023,
your
wife might give you like a, what do they call it? A hall pass. Hey, what is that one
Marilyn
celebrity
Monroe.
where you could get with and it would be a free pass? I could make an argument for Monroe right now in 2023.
Right now, Marilyn Monroe.
Gorgeous.
Marilyn Monroe. So, it was almost a publicity stunt where they thought about that. And then the next paragraph comes in. He was very embarrassed, but I think, quote unquote, he was very embarrassed, but I think she turned him down because she felt it was too public, end quote.
Maybe
Raphael told the New York Daily Post. But Presley, quote unquote, didn't give up and secretly set up a meeting. So Presley, being that fucking weirdo where he wants to sleep with those younger women, secretly set up a meeting. So, quote unquote, I was in shock and didn't know what to do. Then Marilyn, who was 10 years older, so I'm assuming she was around 24, so maybe a couple years younger than Presley. You're pretty good for a guitar player. After 2 minutes, they went to the bedroom, and I didn't know when I was supposed to leave or stay and wait for them, so I just dozed off. Here's a weird part about that, dude.
All right.
Marilyn Monroe said she dozed off. Do you not know what Elvis does with his women or what's been claimed?
I do. I'm glad you brought that up. She said,
what does Elvis do?
She said she dozed off, but rumor has it Elvis at times might like to drug these women.
Yes, he did.
And
yeah,
do things to them. So who knows?
There's
it could be a huge pile of bullshit.
So
let's just admit that it could be a humongous pile of bullshit.
I mean, but it's also attractive, not attractive, but like attractive in the sense of it's nice to talk about, is that now we're left us on the receiving end of all this stuff that's happened in history.
Yeah.
We're now on the receiving end of being able to interpret these different situations and come up with our own hypothesis of what might have happened.
Yeah, I agree.
So a few days later, when I mentioned to Marilyn, to Elvis, he said, she's a nice gal, but a little tall for me. I knew that this was the sort of thing that can ruin their careers. There were two of the most famous people in the world at the time, and Marilyn was still married to Arthur Mill at the time, so I never said a word. So yeah, it's all shadowed and created in like he said, she said, hey, we're both stars. And, when it comes down to that level of famousness and like whatever they have going for them, we might not ever know, because when you're at that level of celebrity status,
Well, I mean, it was 70 years ago at this point, too.
but I don't think that level of being like that status of celebrities and what's going on, that there's any less conspicuation and decorum and kind of like reservedness that you have being a celebrity trying to have a relationship with another celebrity.
What's her real name? Is it Norma Jean?
Wait, what?
Elvis, or not Elvis, Marilyn Monroe's real name. I think it's Norma Jean.
Marilyn Monroe's real name. Because Marilyn Monroe is not her real name.
Yeah.
Oh, I just came up with Sherry Shang Shor Hung. That's an Asian lady.
That doesn't sound right.
Now,
that really doesn't sound right. I'm going to go ahead and say it. That's some bullshit.
Marilyn Monroe real name. I'm still kind of Norma Jean Mortison.
There it is, Norma Jean.
But she is gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Jesus
no, she's great.
Christ.
She's fantastic. I mean, what a troubled life she led too. Like,
it was not easy for her.
Between being like caught between a lot of famous people. Evidently, she had rendezvous maybe with Elvis,
a rock and a hard place,
maybe with the president of the United States, maybe with some major baseball players back when baseball was king. And then she got into some drugs or whatever. There might be some conspiracy surrounding her death too.
I think that's like a whole nother. Like, I don't want to say, Justin, that we are like the conspiracy podcast.
That's not our lane.
Like,
we don't. There's so many things though that we like to dip into and check out, but we don't stay there.
But I also think that like we might be able to just dip into like an average Joe's like perspective on what they might think, and and that's fine too. Like I said, we are not conspiracy guys, like not the experts.
I don't think
but
so.
We
haven't done enough
good insight
research. We haven't read enough.
Stuff like that. So, but anyway, hey, listen, Justin.
Yep,
it's been yet another incredible episode. I'm so happy.
Great episode. First one with video too. And it's been exciting.
Like, let us know. Is this video shit? Do you enjoy it? Do you not? Probably we don't care, because we're still going to do video because that's what we want to do.
Yeah, we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway. You don't get to tell us we're not. So, but also I think like, as always, Justin, it has been a great episode. We love your comments of all the viewers. We love the emails. I always love talking to you and getting your opinions on things, as I'm sure you do.
100%.
And I think it's been a very fun time. And I think we also have a lot of ammunition in the clip for quite a few episodes to come. So
let me hit something real quick before we set this out of here.
Hold on. Justin, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
See me?
Yeah. See, that's not real. That's not real. Hey, we hit on the fact that episode 10, we were going to bring in Norm. Well, we had a little scheduling conflict.
Yeah, I feel so bad about that.
Yeah, we had a little scheduling deal. We're going to try to get him on. It could be maybe episode 12 or 13, but stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it was all on us, dude. Like, we have our calendar of who we have on when, and it's not on Norm.
When we get Norm on, it's going to be great.
I think we have another 4 or 5 guests also in line that we're like also trying to like get in here. So a big portion of this is trying to schedule everybody around everybody's different time frame.
Yeah.
And kind of figure out where everybody's going to fit in.
A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces.
100%.
So bear with us, Justin, anything like that.
Yeah. And as always, you can just hit us up, give us a quick email, ingearpodcast@gmail.com.
You can.
We want to hear from you. If you've got something to say on Marilyn Monroe, JFK, Elvis, we would love to hear the insight on that, and we could explore that all over the place. But whatever you have, we always love hearing from our listeners. Let's go ahead and send them out of here, Thomas.
Let me give him one of these. I'm gonna give him one of these. See this? See this?
Wow, that's not even real.
Yeah, we did that. Well, hey, listen, guys, thank you for listening, and we will catch you next week.
Yeah.